Hello, 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 brothers and sisters. How's it going? Hope you're having a splendid day or evening, depending on where you're at. So, how to defeat gluttony? The topic of today's video. I've been meaning to make a video about gluttony for a long time. So today I'm finally getting around to making a video about it. Gluttony is something that I've struggled with my whole life, and even I'm still struggling with it, brothers and sisters. I know it might not look like that I struggle with it because I'm skinny and whatnot, but I do struggle with it, and I've struggled with it my whole life. Just because I'm skinny doesn't mean I have a problem. Doesn't mean I don't have a problem with overeating. I'm skinny because I have a fast metabolism, and not because of my discipline with food. So I'm not making this video out of the perspective that I'm delivered from this problem or that I've never had this problem to begin with. I'm in the trenches just like you, brothers and sisters. Whoever is watching this video that has a problem with overeating. I too have this problem, and I'm making this video primarily to keep myself accountable as well. And I'm making this video for you too, for my brothers and sisters on YouTube. Whoever has a problem with this, if you clicked on this video. And I'm making this for you, and I'm making this video for me too, to keep myself accountable, to finally defeat gluttony once and for all, to put this heart sin in the rear view mirror, even though overeating, that being said, even though I don't consider overeating, like for example, overeating in one meal, I don't consider it technically a sin. But overeating, especially in the long term, it can really damage our walk with God, our relationship with God. I mean, after all, didn't Satan tempt Eve and Adam into sinning by eating something, food? So food can be used as a major weapon from the enemy, brothers and sisters. In Proverbs chapter 23, verses 20 and 21, it says, "Be not among those who drink too much wine, or among those who gorge themselves on meat, for the drunkard and the glutton will come to poverty, and slumber will clothe them with rags." And also in 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verses 25 to 27, Apostle Paul says, "Everyone who competes in the games goes into strict training. They do it to get a crown that will not last, but we do it to get a crown that will last forever. Therefore, I do not run like someone running aimlessly. I do not fight like a boxer beating the air. No, I strike a blow to my body and make it my slave, so that after I have preached to others, I myself will not be disqualified for the price." So there you have it. Overeating can really damage your walk with God, It can undermine your self-control and self-discipline in other areas of your life, not just in keeping your body weight down, keeping your calories to a minimum. And what Apostle Paul is saying, keeping his body, keeping it a slave to the Spirit, it means that you don't give your body more fuel than it needs, I mean, food is meant to be a fuel for the body in order to do stuff, to do the things that we must do for the kingdom. It's not meant as an amusement park, brothers and sisters. So before delving into the question how to defeat this gluttony problem, sin, if you want to call it a sin, we have to ask ourselves the question, why do we overeat to begin with, And the primary reason that people overeat is because of stress. It's like a defense mechanism against stress, you know. People tend to overeat because they're stressed out, you know. I mean, that's the case, at least that's the case with me. And now that you know the problem why you overeat or why people overeat, then just bring your stress and your anxiety and your fears and your doubts to God, you know, in prayer. Ask Him to take away your fears and your doubts and your anxieties, you know. Overeating, at least in my case, it depends on when you overeat. In my case, I tend to overeat a little before bed or right before bed or an hour or two before bed. And if you do this, then your problem is probably tied to having trouble falling asleep, you know. You're probably worrying about tomorrow's anxieties, tomorrow's problems. In Matthew chapter 6, verse 34, it says, "Therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own." So if your overeating is connected to tomorrow's worries and tomorrow's anxieties, then keep this verse handy. It's a very comforting verse, you know. Not only does stressing over tomorrow and hence overeating, not only does it not solve the problems of tomorrow, not only that, but it actually makes you more ineffective in dealing with tomorrow's problems, you know. Let tomorrow worry about itself. And like I said, cast your fears and your doubts and your anxieties to God, and He'll take care of them. And instead of overeating, especially if you overeat right before bed, like I do, substitute it with a sleeping aid, you know, sleep aid, like a melatonin supplement or chamomile tea, which is a good sleep aid, or cherry juice. Cherry juice is a very concentrated source of melatonin. Cherry tart juice, especially, and even regular cherry juice will do the trick in helping you fall asleep, brothers and sisters. So that being said, we can and should also take physical measures in dealing with overeating. We shouldn't just pray and let the problem take care of itself. We should meet God halfway. I mean, prayer is important, of course, in keeping ourselves accountable to the Father. But God also wants us to take physical measures. You know, we have to meet Him halfway. So, taking physical measures, a good measure to take is to clean up your diet. You know, the two main things that raise your physical appetite. The two main things that you have to keep in check in your diet. Number one, fat, and number two is sugar. Sugar is a big enemy in our walk with God. And it's the main reason why we tend to overeat. Fat and especially sugar. Sugar is worse than fat. Sugar is the absolute worst, because sugar will wreak havoc on your insulin sensitivity. And when your insulin sensitivity is low, that means the insulin that gets released in your body, it's more ineffective in doing its job, you know. So you have to keep your sugar intake at an absolute minimum. And also hidden sugar is a big problem. What do I mean by hidden sugar? I don't mean hidden sugar from the labels, because the nutrition labels on all the foods, they're obligated to show all the sugar levels, all the foods on the nutrition labels. All the companies that make food, they're obligated by the law to write the sugar contents of the food that you're consuming, and of course all the other ingredients. What I mean by hidden sugar, I mean the sugar is hidden from your taste buds. I mean, you might be consuming a food, for example, that doesn't particularly taste sweet. You might not think that it has a lot of sugar, but in fact it's loaded with sugar, For example, condiments, for example, ketchup could be loaded with sugar, but you can't perceive it with your tongue, because some other ingredient is masking the flavor of the sweet flavor. Salt, for example. The salt in ketchup can be masking the taste of the sugar. And you might not think it doesn't have a lot of sugar, but in fact it does. It's loaded with sugar. Not just ketchup, but other condiments as well. And other packaged food as well. Stuff that from the naked eye might seem like health food, but it's loaded with sugar. I mean, for example, in my case, I love to buy these little packets of breadsticks. I don't have them handy with me. I have to go to the supermarket today. But they don't particularly taste that sweet. These mini breadsticks that I eat. I'm gonna put a picture up here so you can see. Yeah, these don't particularly taste that sweet, but I'm sure they're loaded with sugar. These things. So I'm gonna strategically remove them from my diet, and I'm gonna put more stuff that's devoid of sugar, plain stuff, like wheat rusks. Wheat rusks are these things here. I haven't seen any wheat rusks in America when I was living in the States. I mean, if I'm wrong, then please correct me, whoever's living in the States right now. And if indeed you have wheat rusks at your local supermarket, then please let me know down below in the comment section. So yeah, hidden sugar is really a big thing, because if you're eating a certain food and you don't think it's loaded with sugar, but in fact it is, then it can really be wreaking havoc on your insulin sensitivity. So these foods with hidden sugar really have to go from your diet. You have to eliminate these foods. And besides fat and sugar being bad, you have to put more stuff in your diet that's good. For example, fiber and protein. These will increase your satiety. They'll make you feel full for longer. And fat and sugar will increase your appetite. These are bad. Fat and sugar, bad. Fiber and protein, good. And besides that, the only sure way to have any control over the sugar content of your food is to just cook stuff from scratch, There's no way around it, brothers and sisters. If you want to get this overeating, if you want to get your diet under control once and for all, then you're going to have to start cooking, my friends. And it's not this laborious thing that a lot of people make it out to be. It's a very joyous and interesting activity, you know. A lot of creativity can go into cooking, you know. It's a creative outlet. It can be. So I recommend start cooking wholesome stuff with fiber and protein, like beans, lentils, pulses, split peas, chickpeas, black-eyed peas, beans, big beans, red beans. See what else? Rice, spaghetti, you know, wholesome stuff, and lean meats, turkey and chicken, vegetables, fruit. Even though fruit is good because it's a natural sugar, but nonetheless it's a sugar, so you should keep fruit consumption under control. Like only eat one fruit a day, or fruit that's mostly lower in sugar. Like for example, grapefruit. I love grapefruit. I love the combination of the sour and sweet taste. It's low in sugar. You can eat higher sugar fruits as well, but just keep it to a minimum. I love figs as well, you know, oranges, apples. They're all good. They're better than junk food, you know. Yeah, plain water is good. And keep snacking to a minimum. Don't snack in between meals. I mean, my ideal meal frequency per day is like two meals a day. I think that's ideal for my body type. But of course, you can have whatever meal frequency your body, you can have it. Whatever your body is telling you, your ideal meal frequency is, and do that. If it's 3 a day, then 3 meals a day. If it's 2, then 2. If it's 1, then it's 1. I mean, you don't have to necessarily do what I do, of course. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I can make this video into an hour-long video if I want to. But I'll just stop here. I know you don't have a lot of time in your day for hour-long videos, brothers and sisters. I'll just stop the video here. I hope this video was a blessing to you. If this video resonated with you, then smash those buttons, like there's no tomorrow, the like button, the share button. Comment down below what you think, if you have a problem with overeating, like I do. And if you want me to lift up a prayer for you, then say so. Also lift up a prayer for me too, brothers and sisters. We should all be helping each other out in these perilous times, brothers and sisters. So that's pretty much it, and I'll see you, brothers and sisters, in the next video. Bye-bye.